It's got the markings of a very, very good filly. Her trials performance at Taatletail was quite good behind King's Chapel. We're talking about the silk department. And here today at Taupo, she's paying $12 and $2.25. I think she's a great each way Quinella and trifecta bet. Number 9, Taatletail, and number 5, Dan Boss, trims into 8.15 and 2.15 would be my next one, with 1 Dansk Very Much. A pretty hot field here, even with the scratchings for the Westbury Stud 1200.
Yeah, look forward to this. Coming up in about 30 seconds or so as we have a look at Azure heading up here. Lisa All Press for Paul Jenkins. And this Kingfisher Mill 3-year-old is on the tote at $10 to win and $2.40 back for the place. It's a dominating favourite, Taatletail, but has the form. Went very well at the trials, as Darren said, and it's the one that they all have to beat. His each-way selection, Quivera, at around the $11 mark. And there's been a bit of a late go, too, for Dansk Very Much. It's come in from double figures to 640 and 145. Here's Darren.
Fascinating race. John Humphrey's about to hit the button. Set. Racing. Dan Boss began very fast on the inside, so did the favourite Taatletail, and they're having a very early war. It's Taatletail in front from Dan Boss, the margin about ahead. 2.5 lengths Azure, followed by Quivera going past that runner. Then Miss T Rose over on the outside, followed by just back in behind those horses, Dance Very Much, who's racing ungenerously around the outside of those horses. Riders in a bit of trouble there. Miss T Rose back to second last now, and Pink is back last of all as they come off the back and run down the side, where Dan Boss is the leader. And dictating terms too by 3 parts of a length now from Taatletail, 600 a run. They've been followed then by Azure, then with the head up over on the outside, Dance Very Much, and Quivera going forward on the outside, racing into 3, then Pink around the outside, and dropping back to last as Miss T Rose's heads turn for home, down by the 350 metre mark now, and the leader on the inside, Dan Boss, from Taatletail over on the outside. Quivera's winding up, then came Azure, and Pink is running a cheeky race on the outside. Taatletail's hit the lead though, done away now with Dan Boss the inside and racing away. Here goes Taatletail, streaking on and demoralise them, and easily too. Have a look at that, under a hold by 2 lengths from Dan Boss, either Quivera or Azure for third, and then came Pink, followed by back in behind them Dance Very Much, who was certainly fired up, and back at the tail of the race was Miss T Rose. Too good for them. Taatletail, number 9 at $1.75 and $1.20. The winner of the Westbury Stud 1200, the 6th event on the program, and ultra impressive. Well, Dan Boss dictated terms. He slowed them up after having an early war. Rider on Taatletail, and that of course was Lee Innes, took hold and was very happy to take the sit, and obviously with the motor underneath him, why wouldn't you do it? Have a look at this. Leith's just taken hold in the last 100 metres, has absolutely won it on its head. Taatletail, she's bolted in from Dan Boss second, and I'm going to stay out of third. It's either Azure the inside or Quivera the outside. Dave Carter might know. I don't at this stage.
Thanks, Darren. Well, if you'd taken the short odds, you really had no concern right throughout the 1200 metre Westbury Stud, because Lee Innes gave the Spaltat filly a perfect trip, turned for home, balanced her up, and whooshka, she is home for a big group of owners. B. Foster, P. Glover, also S. Just, D. McLucky, P. Mayo, and also Graham Rogerson, who co-trains the horse with Stephen Aldrich, and Lee Innes, the successful rider. 9 beats 5, and Dave Carter to confirm third in just a few moments. But gee, this...
The result, Westbury Stud 1200. 9, 5, 8, 4, 10. 5 to away. 9, 5, 8, 4, 10. And the time 1:10:45. Completed result, Westbury Stud 1200, 9, 5, 8, 4, 10. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths, a nose, half a length. And the time of the race, 1:10:45.
Please know there's a count back on the double, a count back on the double. Runners back at scale after the Westbury Stud 1200 race number 6. Winner B number 9 Taatletail. Most impressive winner 2, a Bay Filly 3 by Feltat from Defensive Lady. It's raced by Messrs BJ Foster, also PC Glover, SR Just, and also D. McClucky, and also P.L. Mio and Graham Rogerson. Trained, of course, by Graham Rogerson and Stephen Aldridge at Tui Karamia, and ridden by Leith Innes. Taatletail, the easy winner of the Westbury Stud 1200. Number 5, second, Dan Boss for Noel Harris. Number 8, Quavera, getting the photo for third for Hayden Tinsley, just ahead of 4, Azure. Lisa Allpress, and number 10, Pink, ridden by Michael McNabb. 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. A length and 3/4 by a length and 1/4, and 1:10:45 was the time for the journey. The dividend